matchup against the Phoenix Suns, as a coach, you have to make some decisions on who matches up against whom. Where does Lawrence Frank go in this matchup?
Well, I think the most important thing for Lawrence Frank right now is really not about matching up. It's about getting maximum effort from everybody on the floor. Because the Phoenix Suns are an explosive offensive team. So the first thing you have to do is give energy and effort in order to get out of this funk that you're in collectively as a team if you're Lawrence Frank.
Mike D'Antoni, 4th year as the head coach of the Suns. Head coach of Benetton Treviso in Italy for many years. Bennett Salvatore, part of the officiating crew with Tom Nunez and Leon Wood. Phoenix controls the tip. We're underway. Third game of a 6-game homestand with Boston, Memphis, and Milwaukee coming up for the Nets. Here's Nash, picked up by Kristich. Diaw on the attack inside, count it. Stoudemire and a foul. Nated Kristich will pick it up just 21 seconds into the first quarter.
You take a look at that offensive trip, and Jason Kidd trying to deny Steve Nash the basketball, so he catches the pick and roll and he's further out. It does not matter. He puts you to the sweet spot and then finds the seams, makes the plays, and Amari Stoudemire slashing to the hoop, finishing with the foul.
Stoudemire missing on the free throw. It was Collins on the personal foul, and a 2-0 Phoenix lead. Here's Carter. Gives it up for Kidd. On a look inside, Kristich against Diaw. Kristich, fade away, book it.
And that's something that Kristich is going to have to look for all day long. Lawrence Frank and the Nets cannot allow Boris Diaw to defend him on the block.
On the pull-up pop, doesn't go for Raja Bell. Kidd the other way. Collins picked up by Stoudemire. That's Marion guarding Jefferson. And Bell dealing with Carter. Jefferson strokes it for 2.
Good trips for the Nets already early. Sean Marion going underneath the pick and roll, and Richard Jefferson stepping into a rhythm jump shot.
Steve Nash, tough shot. Collins got held by Stoudemire, and Amari got caught. So first foul on Amari Stoudemire. 6'10", 245 out of Orlando, Florida. Came right out of high school back in 2002. He is a physical specimen.
And if I'm in the rest of the league right now, I'm a little scared. Oh, yeah. Because Amari Stoudemire is looking like the old Amari.
Vince Carter inside the arc, and the Nets with a 6-2 advantage. That's right, Stoudemire, all the questions during the offseason. Could he rebound from microfracture surgery on that left knee? That didn't affect his jump shot, apparently.
He's looking like he's much more relaxed, not fighting his body, has his confidence back, his bounce. Take a look last time when the Nets played in Phoenix, coming up with block shot after block shot, dominating the paint.
Kristich, baseline delivery, rims out, tip in, no. And the rebound is snagged by Stoudemire. Nash able to save it as he sprawled out of bounds. There's Nash using the screen. There's the roll. Diaw on a kick out. Stoudemire. Left hand, and that's special.
And he couldn't do that last year, especially the game. I thought the Phoenix Suns was the worst basketball team for one night that I saw all last year when they played the Nets here. Looked awful, and Stoudemire really set the tone because he didn't look nowhere near 100%.
Vince Carter just took a shot to the head. He banged heads looking for the rebound. And Carter slow to get up the floor. 5-on-4 here. Nash lines it up, and that's automatic. Steve Nash, a triple.
This is a tough team to face 5-on-5 in transition. When you're limited to 5-on-4, they're going to get a good look out of it.
Kidd one-on-one with Nash, a 9-6 Phoenix lead. And Kidd stripped to the ball. Jefferson's got it with 9 to shoot. From the corner, rims out. And knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Kidd. So the Nets now 3 of 7 from the field. Phoenix on a 7-0 run. They're shooting at 4 of 6. Marion, he has got that unorthodox delivery, but it works.
I have a brother, one of my older brothers believes that Sean Marion can't shoot. I almost just said he was no longer my brother to make a statement that dumb.
You disowned him?
Yeah, almost disowned.
Jefferson untouched going to the goal. Now, if you look at his delivery, I could see how someone would say that. Knocked away, Marion appeared to have an open dunk. Here's Kidd, back in on Nash, goes behind the back. Kristich, that ball was tipped on the inside by Diao.
Tipped on the inside, but when you get that pass from Jason Kidd, you have to attack the basket. Kristich going with the jump hook, fading away from the hoop that time.
11-8, Phoenix. Stoudemire, 5 straight double-doubles for him. That's a hesitation off the glass. 2 years ago, Mark, you could make the case that Amari Stoudemire was a modern version of Moses Malone. That's how fierce and how much of a presence he was around the rim.
And even more explosive, because he was finishing at the rim than Moses Malone. But what we just saw him last trip, change directions. That's something he could not do last year at this time. Now he feels comfortable putting the ball on the floor and making a secondary move to get by the defender.
It rims out on Diao. Collins and Stoudemire get stacked up. Kidd's open and knocks it down.
Jason Kidd understands you have to make Steve Nash work on the defensive end. We watched him post up a minute ago, and that time putting the ball on the floor and getting a good look.
Nash swings it. Marion, an open look, and that flick jump shot is way off. Your brother was right.
I'm sure he'll enjoy the love from you, but time will tell, and numbers don't lie. Sean Marion is a guy that can knock down the J.
On the defensive end right now, it's Kristich against Diao and Collins against Stoudemire, and that is the matchup on this end of the floor as well. Kidd using the Kristich screen. On the stutter step, gives it up. Collins unable to catch it, but Kidd is there. The drive, left-hand delivery, follow, doesn't go. Collins, the ball knocked away, and the Nets had 3 cracks at it, unable to convert. Nash down the middle, behind the back. Bell is open, and he rings the bell for 3.
Steve Nash had a wide open layup, but lost control of the basketball. Aware enough to throw it behind his back to an open Bell. That's just making a good thing out of nothing.
16-10 Phoenix. 4 of the 5 Sun starters have scored. 4 of the Nets 5 starters have scored.
And Nets trying to finish at the basket. Second shot attempt. No, I said no. We did not witness last year, but he's feeling awfully good, Ian.
Amari Stoudemire now in his 5th year in the NBA, part of the Olympic team in 2004. Off balance, and Carter draws the foul. Following the timeout, he'll shoot a pair.
So coming out of the timeout, Lawrence Frank draws up a play, attacking the basket. Man movement and going towards the hoop. Forces Vince Carter to make a play to the basket, gets fouled, and going to the line.
And Stoudemire picks up number 2. So Amari Stoudemire, who has put up 8 of the Suns' 16 points, is forced to the bench. And Vince Carter at the free throw line. Coming in, Kurt Thomas to replace Stoudemire. Thomas, the 12-year veteran, former Knick and Maverick and Miami Heat. Workmanlike, effective low-post defender.
Former teammate of mine, and a guy I believe, not because he's a former teammate of mine, but I think he should get more playing time with this Phoenix Suns basketball team because he's a low-maintenance type guy. Can knock down the jump shot off the pick and roll. He's physically tough, sets a tone on the defensive end, and not afraid of contact.
And defensive 3 seconds is the call. It will work against Kristich and the Nets. So Steve Nash will go to the free throw line. Thomas was a guy the Nets were interested in a couple of years ago. Not sure the Knicks were looking to do any business, though, with the Nets, especially at that time.
And playing against Kurt in the playoffs and during the regular season, you know, he had that famous stare down, and he was mean. And I was like, this guy is crazy. I don't want to mess with him. He became a teammate, and I realized he is nice. He's soft.
Soft.
I don't want to just feint a punch at him or something. He faked me out all those years. Then I realized he's not as tough as he pretended to be. It was an act.
Nash knocks down the three-pointer. Did you use the term soft, though?
Yes. So that's all right.
That's okay?
Yeah, he's playing a role out there on the floor. Give him credit.
Kidd buries the triple.
Soft is good.
Soft is good. If you're talking about Charmin, I don't know if you're talking about a basketball player.
Soft as a quality, loving, caring individual.
I see.
My goodness, you're so sensitive, cuddly.
I'm just trying to make sure the audience understands. So he was acting.
Yes.
And an elbow. It is Collins picking up the personal foul. Thomas does have the reputation for being fiery and emotional, as Collins will sit. His second foul, Mikey Moore coming in, and Vince Carter takes a seat. Carter replaced by Antoine Wright. So Carter sits down at the 5.5-minute mark. Nets are down 20-15. Diao ball fake. Shot clock is down to 4. And a travel called against Marion.
If you're Lawrence Frank, you feel good right now because you didn't come in with the mindset of shutting down this Phoenix Suns offense. You knew that they were a high-scoring offensive team. You just wanted to see energy and effort to start the game and give yourself a chance to win this ball game against a better team right now at this stage.
Nets are only shooting it at 43%. Jefferson knocked away. Kristich couldn't hold on to it underneath. And here's Nash in transition. Under 5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Nobody home. And Phoenix turns it over. So the Nets have Kidd, Wright, Jefferson, Kristich, and Mikey Moore. How about Vince Carter sitting in this first quarter?
Well, you're trying to get some energy. You don't want to, you're searching right now as a coach and as a basketball team, and you want to find that guy. Like the energy just from Antoine Wright. No chance of getting that loose ball, but willing to put his body on the line, diving into the stands. That type of energy and effort is contagious, believe it or not.
No harm done. That's exactly where we used to sit, by the way.
I was there?
You were there.
Oh, okay.
Marion off the mark, but he is going to the free throw line.
So he would have been jumping
into your lap.
Oh, no, thank you.
Are you soft?
No.
Antoine Wright picks up the personal foul, and Sean Marion at the free throw line. Sean is a twin, by the way, as Marcus Williams checks in, replacing Jason Kidd, who exits with 5 points and 3 rebounds.
You mean Minnesota?
No.
Oh.
Sean Marion has a twin sister. Her name? Shawnette.
Oh, you are good.
That's as if you were a twin with a sister named Marquette.
That's good.
I could see it.
I can see you at home working that in. That's awfully impressive.
Thanks. And you know what? It hit just like I visualized.
And I didn't even have to explain it to the audience like you did.
Oh, the screen and roll. Beautifully done. Williams and Moore continue to show chemistry out there on the floor. Phoenix gets down the floor in a hurry, and James Jones misses that corner jumper. Nets are down 22-17. Early offense. Kristich, count it on the mini hook.
And look at Marcus Williams making plays off the pick and roll. When you make plays off the pick and roll, what will happen is big guys will fight for the opportunity to set the screen for you because they know you're distributing the basketball.
Through the hands of Mikey Moore. And the reset for Phoenix. Marion zigzag to the rim, and the flip doesn't go down.
And with Marcus Williams, he's going to have to determine how is the defense playing me. Some nights they're playing me where I have to score coming off the pick and roll. Other nights they're trapping, I have to make plays.
Numbers, and Williams, the last line of defense. Williams, the foul on Barbosa. And Leandro Barbosa will go to the free throw line.
But that's what you love to see. The turnover, get back in transition, and not give up an easy basket opportunity. In Phoenix, they were layups after layups after layups. This time, Marcus Williams gets back, fouls Barbosa, and forces him to go to the line instead of getting an easy deuce.
Barbosa, 26 points in a 127-102 win over Sacramento on Tuesday night. And Leandro is scoring in bunches. Vince Carter comes back in. Barbosa having a bust-out year. Now in his 4th season in the NBA out of Brazil. 2 years in the Brazilian League. He also has an unorthodox shooting mechanic.
And I really can appreciate it because speed makes you dangerous. Something I would love to have had in my career, but Barbosa is so fast and deceptive, he can get anywhere on the floor that he wants to.
There's Williams. And an offensive foul out front as Mikey Moore was setting a pick. And that's his first. 23-19, Suns. We approach 3 minutes to go in the first.
And one thing Mikey Moore has to do in setting the pick and roll is trusting that the guy he's setting the screen for, as Leon Wood calls the offensive foul, but the guy that he's setting the screen for, make him do the work. You don't have to do too much except put a body on the defense.
Kurt Thomas picks up the foul for Phoenix, and now Eddie House checks in, replacing Richard Jefferson. House, 1 of 12 from the field since being activated following the left knee injury.
And it's awfully tough to be out that long and to come back and think your game is going to click. You think it because you're probably on fire in practice and by yourself shooting. But it's a different monster when the lights are on and when you're playing against somebody. But Eddie House will be true to himself and find his rhythm.
Eddie House signed to a 1-year, $1.5 million contract. Here's Williams, knocks it down.
So we watch Marcus Williams come off the pick and roll and make plays. That time they go away from the screen, knocks down the jump shot, but the Nets give up an easy basket opportunity in transition.
Phoenix will make you pay. Nash finding Barbosa roaming baseline. Here's Williams on the curl. Good help from Thomas. Wright puts it on the floor. Dish, Moore. Stripped to the ball, and Jones takes it away. Suns up by 4. Nash on a bounce. Underneath, it's Barbosa.
I really don't know which one was prettier, the finish or the left-handed bounce pass from Nash. Great catch, great finish, but Steve Nash controlled this offense.
And the Nets will use a timeout in this fast-moving first quarter.
This is with the left-hand iron, backdoor cut. You can't put it any better. That guy is good. This just in. Opportunities to push the basketball and have fast break opportunities, you capitalize on them, but you cannot get into a run and gun game against a team that's the best in the league at it. Control the tempo when the opportunity presents itself, take high percentage shots. If it's not there, force this team to play defense.
Yeah, they play a style of basketball that has been so effective that you've got teams around the NBA now saying, we want to play Phoenix Suns basketball. The Toronto Raptors are trying to become the East's version of the Phoenix Suns.
And that's not smart because this team is led by the best point guard in basketball, and Steve Nash, as Vince Carter finishes at the basket and gets the foul. But they are led by the ultimate maestro. Take a look at the replay. On the post of Vince Carter, attacking, going after the loose ball, finishing at the hoop, taking the hit, and going to the line for the possible three-point play, but not giving up on the play. Loose ball, he wanted it more than anybody dressed in orange, finished it, and got fouled.
So Carter a chance to complete the three-point play. We'll update the lineups after the free throw. Knocked around, controlled by Phoenix. Marcus Banks has checked in, backup point guard. Playing alongside Diaw, Barbosa, Jones, and Thomas. Out of bounds. And an unforced error. Boris Diaw took his eye off the ball.
I played baseball. You gotta see the ball in your hand. See it all the way through. I know those Yankee fans are excited about that.
You got some comments on what the Yankees are doing at the winter meetings?
No, I think they're doing the right thing. Instead of knee-jerk reaction, trying to sign everybody, they're picking their right spots and wait for quality guys.
Williams to Moore, kick out. Here's Wright. And gets the roll.
Speaking of the Yankees, last night I was going to dinner. I ran into Michael Kay.
Is that right?
Small world.
In the city?
Yes, sir. We just sat on the corner and shot the breeze for about an hour, just talking basketball and baseball, and had a good old time.
That's not true.
It's true.
An hour.
An hour. He was finished eating. I was going in. I didn't big time him. I enjoyed the company. I was like a groupie.
Really?
Yes.
Carter going to the goal. Maybe you can get yourself on center stage.
He told me only go for the big time guys, so I hadn't quite made it there.
You've already talked with him for an hour, so now we just got to put it on film.
The best of the thing is I really hinted towards it, but he didn't go for it.
There's Jones, a three. Buries it. A rainbow delivery for James Jones. Nephew of former shortstop, we're talking baseball, Ricky Gutierrez.
That's nice. Where does this come from?
I have a lot of free time.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Williams, backdoor cut. Carter! Big finish on the Statue of Liberty dunk.
We watched Vince Carter slashing to the hoop, chasing down loose balls, but everything is towards the basket. Hurt his arm. He's grabbing his left elbow right now, but everything for Vince Carter is towards the basket.
2 seconds. Banks rims out, but is going to the free throw line. Foul committed underneath the rim. Williams, his second personal.
And after Vince Carter dunked the basketball, Little banged his left elbow against Jermaine Jones.
Then he had Kurt
down.
Thomas also trying to shake off some kind of injury as Banks misses on the first free throw, a 77% career shooter at the line.
I'll be honest with you, I like doing that too every now and then when I got a dunk or a nice move.
Yeah.
Like making a face like it really hurt, like something was wrong, so that it brought out the passion, of the fans, the more sensitive and bonded with me.
Mark, we went through all of the videotapes. We found one dunk.
That's not true.
Right. Comes up short from three-quarter court. And the Nets with a strong showing. This was not a slow start for the Nets against Phoenix. 30-29, the Suns leading the Nets after one. This is Nets basketball on Yes. Talked about it. They are number one in first quarter scoring. Second quarter scoring, though, there's a dip. Suns 24.3 points per second quarter play. They put up 30. They put up their average in the first, but the Nets keeping pace. It's a 1-point Phoenix lead.
Well, you look at those numbers. This is a basketball team as Eddie House knocks down the open jump shot. This is a team that likes to put you away early, whether it be early in the first quarter or in the second half. They try to jump on teams and then coast the rest of the way.
Barbosa, tough angle. Rebound to Carter. Nets running here with Phoenix looking to get back. Williams on a skip pass. There's more, post up. Turning on Diaw. Ball movement. House catch and shoot. Knocks it down. That's a triple. 34-30. House able to hit from the outside, but Banks answers inside the arc. Marcus Banks, not known for his jump shot. Right, challenging Diaw. Mikey Moore. And the follow doesn't go. Banks down the floor. Barbosa flips it home.
What you can't do against this Suns offense is give up easy baskets. Easy baskets, whether it be off an offensive set in the half court or transition baskets, that's what causes you against this basketball team.
And that was Brazilian basket hanging by Leandro Barbosa, 5 on the floor. Williams, Carter, House, Moore, and Wright. Moore the offensive rebound. Eddie House. Right up high, and a jump ball with Boris Diaw.
I really like the energy going after the offensive boards, and I like the mentality of Eddie House. Chasing down the basketball. He's a guy that wants shots, wide open looks, and time again, he's a guy that's proven to knock them down.
Boris Diaw will jump it up with Antoine Wright. Diaw's mother, Elizabeth, was considered the best setter in French women's basketball history. And she taught her son well.
Is that the Elizabeth that Fred Sanford used to talk about all the time?
Yes, it was. It's an amazing coincidence. Here's Diaw inside the arc and rebounded by Williams. Stoudemire in there for Phoenix. Williams, and too far for Eddie House. Yeah, Diaw's mom was an outstanding basketball player in France, and his father, Issa, was from Senegal and a high jump champion. So think of that combination.
That's special. My mom told me growing up she was a star high school basketball player. I took her to the park a couple of times. I couldn't see it.
Come on. Thanks. It doesn't go. You are on a rampage tonight. You've ripped your brother. You criticized your mother.
I mean, she had an old set shot. It was set shot Wilmer.
Moore with a two-handed jam. Set shot Wilmer. That's wrong. I don't know why, but it's fundamentally wrong. 36-34. Diaw looking to set things up, working against Carter. And Diaw fouled, a chance for 3. First foul on Vince Carter, and Lawrence Frank will make some changes here.
But Mikey Moore setting the screen and then rolling to the basket. Good old-fashioned basketball. Eddie House finds him in the middle, but defensively, you cannot allow this to happen. This is just one-on-one basketball, and Diaw over Vince Carter not only gets the basket, but gets fouled and goes to the line for the possible three-point play.
Mikey Moore sits, as does Vince Carter. Jason Kidd back in, joined by Richard Jefferson. Sean Marion getting ready to check in. Bennett Salvatore will allow the switch, and he replaces Marcus Banks. Diao at the free throw line. He's got a half-brother, Paco Diao, who's playing at Georgia Tech.
What's his name?
It's Paco.
Wow. Boris and Paco?
Yeah. Just finish your own thought there.
I went at Mom. I went at Bro. I'm going to leave Paco alone.
You know, it's funny. I took Spanish for 5 years, and they could not translate iron. So I was Paco for 5 years, I swear.
You mind if I call you Paco?
Well, go for it. Senora Rossner, Russell Sage Junior High School. And traveling the call against Nenad Kristic. We'll step aside with 8:59 to play in this first half.
Mark and Paco will be right back.
Paco Eagle, Mark Jackson on Yes.
Yes. No, I took French.
Oh. What was your name?
Taco.
Leandro Barbosa comes up short, rebounded by Kristic. And here's Kidd running the offense for the Nets, playing alongside Marcus Williams. Jefferson one-on-one with Marion. Nets trying to take the lead here. It's Kidd from the elbow.
Pick and roll basketball, you allow the defense to determine what you're going to do. That time, Jason Kidd comes off, wide open look, and makes the defense pay the price.
38-37. Marion wants a screen from Stoudemire. No, he wants the setup inside, and too easy for Amare.
And Lawrence Frank talked about being more aggressive defensively. That time, they trapped the pick and roll. Well, it's the responsibility of the other three guys involved not to allow that guy to roll to the hoop. That time, they let their teammates down. Stoudemire with the easy hoop.
He is 5 of 5 from the field. Kristic getting good position, but cannot convert.
High percentage shot. Sometimes you still have to stay with it because he's going to hit the majority of those.
Nenad is 2 of 6 from the field, 4 points, 1 rebound. On a spin, Stoudemire. Look out! Amare Stoudemire can do no wrong. 12 points for Stoudemire. Kristic's first foul.
And this is just good old-fashioned Amare Stoudemire back in the day. Exploding to the basket, taking the contact, and a phenomenal finish. One of the best that this game has seen, all the way to the basket, whether it be with a dunk or finishing at the rim, he can do it.
You know, Stoudemire has a nickname. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Please tell me.
Stat. Standing tall and talented. And it's really strange that he has it because I actually have a nickname as well, very similar. Salt.
What does that mean?
Short and likes to talk.
I believe you and Stoudemire, you gave each other, you gave it to yourself, didn't you?
That's
Nobody
true.
named you Salt.
Right. A 3. Straight away for Antoine Wright. Yeah, that was self-dubbed. I don't know how you sniffed that out.
Can you create one for me? Maybe I'll give you a couple minutes or something.
Yeah, I'll come up, please. 42-41. Jump shot, Diao, and rebounded by Carter. So the Nets have 4/5 of their starting lineup in there. Jason Kidd pops and connects.
That's how you run that's how you push the fast break. Make the defense collapse and then take a high percentage shot.
Kidd has been offensive-minded here, Mark. 9 points for Kidd on 4 of 6 shooting.
You have to force Steve Nash to play defense.
Raja Bell, rejected by Kristic. Suns hold on to it. Shot clock is down to 3. Raja Bell again. Stoudemire stripped to the ball. And the Nets come the other way, working 5 on 4. Bell slow to get up. No-look feed inside. Kristic, the bank shot. No good. And a loose ball foul. It's going the other way. Third team foul against the Nets. And it is going to be Kristic picking up number 2. Mikey Moore will check in.
And at some point with Kristic missing these easy shots, first of all, let's take a look at the Nets defense. Active bodies underneath, coming after the loose ball. Who wants it more? The Nets time and time again already early tonight. But at some point, Kristic has to put the ball down and attack the basket. If the float is not going and the jump hook's not going, put it on the rim.
I came up with a name for you, by the way.
That was quick.
Maltz.
And what does that mean?
Medium and likes to shimmy. You get it?
Yes, I get it, Pago.
Nash goes off the window. And Phoenix with a 44-43 lead. Steve Nash, 9 points, 5 assists. Balls. Here's Wright on a switch. That means Diaw is guarding Jefferson. Carter pops to the outside, 7 to shoot. Carter looking to take Diaw off the dribble. Forced to give it up. Shot clock is winding down. Wright pulls the trigger. And it's rebounded by Nash in the corner.
And a good offensive trip. Forced the double team, got rid of the basketball, wound up with a good look.
Wide open for Raja Bell. Knocked out of bounds, and Phoenix will retain possession. Nets shooting at 53%. The Suns at 50%. We promised offense. You're getting it in the first half. In this first half. And the Nets not only hanging in there against the Suns, playing them to a virtual standstill. Shawn Marion cans a triple. Shawn Marion is coming off his best scoring season of his career last year at 22 points per game. He is a stats machine. Jefferson off the mark. Barbosa, stop and go, very quick. Carter clogs up the hole. And into the hands of Nash with 12 to shoot. Raja Bell nails it for 3.
You take a look at Steve Nash running that pick and roll. He forced the defense to make a decision and then got the ball to the wide open guy in the corner, Bell. Rewarded him knocking the shot down.
It's a 1-point game, and just like that, it's a 7-point game. Carter gets banged around on his move to the rim. Suns now 6 of 10 from 3-point territory.
Once again, the Nets running the offense through Vince Carter, posting him up against the smaller defender Bell. Going to the basket, referee says no shooting foul, take it out on the side.
First personal on Bell, first team foul on the Suns. Suns on an 8-0 run. House using the Moore screen. Kidd lines it up. And can't hit the 3. Moore got tied up underneath. That personal foul is going to work against the Suns. And it is Kurt Thomas.
Here's what impresses you about that play. Mikey Moore, if he was anybody else, would have got back and not even fought for the rebound, but forced Kurt Thomas to fight him for the offensive board and wind up giving the Nets another possession.
And the second foul on the Phoenix big man. Kidd lost it off his foot. Barbosa's a blur. House trying to keep him in front, but Marion is the trailer for the slam. Jefferson the other way. Eddie House on a fake. Give up. Kidd left-handed delivery.
Certain times you look at body language and you see guys ready to play. Eddie House certainly is ready to play, but the Phoenix Suns continue to push the ball down your throat even after made shots. It does not matter.
It's an onslaught from downtown. 7 of 11 from three-point range as Marion knocks down the latest. He's got 12 points. You wouldn't even think that Shawn Marion has 12. Jefferson out of the corner. He can't hit. It goes over the backboard, out of bounds. And the Suns have a double-digit lead.
You wouldn't think that he has 12, but I'm certainly going to call my brother after the game because Shawn Marion can shoot the ball.
Is he watching right now?
He probably is. He's watching, and he knows that he's going to hear about it too.
Is this something he said like 7 years ago and you just continue to dangle over him?
No, he said it in the summer. I walked out of the house. Walked out of my own house. He upset me.
Off the miss from Barbosa. House, pull up, jump. A 3. Eddie House. There is a sense that he has come out with some new life. 8 points off the bench, but Nash does that. Steve Nash, 11. Kidd, good find. Hassan Adams hanging underneath the rim, and Kidd locates it.
Does a great job of reading the defense, slashing to the hoop at the right time, and Kidd delivering the ball.
Kurt Thomas, short. Kidd with a rebound. Nets looking to push. Carter running hard, met by Thomas, and Carter goes around him for the deuce.
Giving the basketball up early, forces the defense to give up the lane. That time, Carter beating Kurt Thomas to the hoop.
And the Nets have split the Phoenix lead in half. Nash off the mark. Kidd on the push, driving in, and on the pass-off, foul called. Third team foul against the Suns. It will be Nash picking up his first personal. We'll come back after this timeout. Play in this first half. Hassan Adams off the mark. Phoenix with a 5-point lead. Suns have Barbosa, Nash, Stoudemire, Marion, and Bell. Shot clock is at 10. Barbosa rims out on a 3. And Kidd up high for the board. Carter, great position as he lays it in.
And Lawrence Frank brought up a point about facing the Suns in Phoenix. He said that at times they were walking the basketball up the floor. And he said he was upset about that. What you have to do is push the basketball in transition and take what the defense gives you.
Steve Nash puts it on the floor. Stoudemire, who was a perfect 6 of 6. Adams trying to chase it down. Shot clock down to 3. Marion bangs a jumper off the backboard, and here comes Kidd. Lob for Moore. Lays it in. It's a 1-point game with just over a minute to play first half.
But once again, pushing the basketball in transition, not running a set play, good things happen.
Kidd nearly has a triple-double in the first half, Mark. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Raja Bell on target for 3. Just when you start feeling good about yourselves against the Suns, they throw a dagger at you.
This is a team that does not get rattled. Time and time again, they trust their offense.
Kidd switching hands and getting around Nash for the deuce.
You get the feeling that Jason Kidd understands my team is struggling. They need me to do something special. He's attempting to carry them all across the board tonight.
37 seconds left. Marion is fouled. And Sean Marion will shoot a pair. Looked like he was going to have an open lane to the rim. Jason Kidd helped make sure it wasn't a guaranteed bucket.
But that, if you're Lawrence Frank, you're excited about that because we're not giving up easy basket opportunities. We're playing high-quality basketball, not giving up anything. That time, Kidd with the foul, and look at those numbers. 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. That's a night's work. Not just a half, that's a night's.
Jason Kidd, who was with the Suns from 1996 to 2001, then traded on a day that will live on forever in Nets history. July the 18th, 2001. That was the night that a lot changed for this organization. A team that just couldn't seem to get it together, and Kidd came in. All of a sudden, the Nets were an instant contender. And they've never looked back. Nothing but playoff appearances since Kidd became a Net. 20 seconds left.
Well, there's certain guys, their attitude and approach is contagious.
Shot clock down to 3. Adams had it knocked free out of bounds with 2 seconds left on the 24. Kidd will toss it in. House, catch and shoot. Rebound, knocked out of bounds, and it's last touched by Adams with 9 seconds left. So the Suns have time here to put some more points on the board. Kidd trying to deny Steve Nash, at least make it difficult for him, crossing midcourt. 4 seconds left. Marion, the drive, the floater. Gets the roll at the horn. Soft touch by the Matrix. Sean Marion. And the Suns hit the halftime break with a 6-point lead.
Wow. Is that the thing you're most impressed with?
Not really, but it was a good way to get in that note. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you were on top of it.
Yes, I did. And Steve gives me the thumbs up and a smile. You know, I appreciate that.
You got a point guard bond.
2-time MVP showing some love, man. That's special. Why are you hating? I sent you a little salty over here, man.
Because he didn't really look in my direction. It was just directed all to you.
I wanted to play soccer, though, but I didn't want to disrespect Taylor.
Yeah. That was nice of you.
Thank you.
We start play in the second half. 64-58. Phoenix leading the Nets. Kristich and fouled by Diaw. Hand in the back, and Boris Diaw will pick up his first foul.
You know, I wanted to impress you, Ian, so I did some research at halftime. We were talking about Spanish, and this network is called the C Network in Spanish.
S-I.
Yes.
C.
Yes.
And C on that jump shot. Jason Kidd. Wow. Well, what did you do at the half? You must have really...
I was diligent.
Yeah, you really thought about that one. Corner jump doesn't go for Diao. It's rebounded by Collins, and the Nets up the floor in a hurry. Kidd pull up for two. Jason Kidd, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Marion on a cross. And Nash will set things up for the Suns. Kristen shows on defense. There's the roll. He lost his man. Follow doesn't go by Stoudemire. And Jefferson, who's been awfully quiet, 4 points for him and 3 rebounds in 16 minutes. Kristich on a post-up. Drop step. Can't dunk it. Marion played a role. Here's Nash, picked up by Jefferson, being overplayed. He has help. Diao on a kick-out. Extra pass. Marion misses from the corner. Kidd is going 1-on-4 right now. Collins straight away. Off the rim.
These are good looks offensively. Kidd went to stop and pop 3. Kristich, post move, didn't finish, and then that time, set shot, Willie missing the jump shot.
Stoudemire out of bounds along the baseline as he gathered in and turns it over. Just 3 games all of last season for Amare Stoudemire. And he has come back looking more and more like the old Amare this season. Kidd, dump down. Kristich, it's going to be an offensive foul. And Raja Bell takes the hit.
There's where you have to be a little smart as a basketball player. Kristich picking up his 3rd foul on the block, but he has a smaller defender in Raja Bell against him. No need to look to overpower him. Use your skills. You're bigger, you're stronger, get to the basket. That's flopping, but it's you allowed him to be in a position to flop. You don't need to do all of that if you're Kristich.
Half-court set for the Suns. Diao looking for the open man. It's Nash with 10 to shoot. Just over 2 minutes gone by. 3rd quarter. Nash. No help there defensively as Jason Kidd allowed Nash to get to the baseline, and Kristich wasn't in position.
Just easy basketball. When you put Steve Nash in an isolation or a pick and roll, you will get a high percentage quality shot. He forces the defense to make a decision and then becomes a scorer.
Lawrence Frank calling a timeout. Nets are at 51% shooting. Jefferson, the curl, and the bucket.
It shouldn't be out of timeouts when you have ball movement and man movement and wind up with a high percentage shot. These are type of offensive sets that you can run just coming down, getting high percentage shots. The Nets can't go away from what they just did the last possession.
Diao, cross-court feed for Bell. 9 points for Raja Bell. Collins comes out defensively. And a blocking foul. Bennett Salvatore. It was a turnover by the Suns. And a late whistle from Bennett. Vince Carter called on the personal foul.
And Lawrence Frank letting him have it. Question is, did he step out of bounds? Looked like his feet were inbound. Nets called with a blocking foul.
And the Suns take advantage. It's Bell from the side.
So instead of a turnover and a chance to go down court and score a basket, Bell responds with knocking down a basket of his own.
Raja Bell in double figures. Carter nails a 3. And it's going the other way. A turnover. Phoenix. Marion on the bad pass. And it's 68-66 Suns. 3-point shooting. 8 of 15 Phoenix. The Nets 6 of 12. Jefferson goaltending. We are tied at 68.
And you look back in the timeout from Lawrence Frank a minute ago after Steve Nash hit the lay-in drive. You say, well, that was the only basket other than Raja Bell's jump shot a couple of seconds ago. But you want to stop them from getting easy basket opportunities. So you have to stop it immediately and send a message to your guys. We need to shut them down.
Carter steps into a 3. That comes off the rim. That was off the Stoudemire miss. Nets have outscored the Suns 10-4 in the 3rd quarter. 8 minutes to play. Diao attacking. And Collins with the swat. Kidd to Carter, driving. Count it. No. Offensive foul. Number 3 on Vince. Was he in that restricted area?
Absolutely incredible call. Certainly out of the area. Looks like the correct call when both referees, Bennett and Leon Wood, calls it the same way. Steve Nash, give him credit, getting back on the defensive end and stepping in for the charge.
68-68. There's Bell, one-on-one with Carter. Shot clock at 12. Nash on the perimeter. Driving. Marion. Foul call. And Sean Marion with a head of steam. Out along that baseline, it will be Collins picking up the personal. Nope, Jefferson is first.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, but defensively, the Nets getting after it defensively, not relying, individually, but multiple efforts. So beat, going to the hoop, and then the help from Collins coming from the weak side, helping his buddy. That's what it's all about. Good defense, you have to help your teammate.
Sean Marion now with 18 points. He is the high man. 4 sons in double figures: Marion, Stoudemire, Bell, and Nash. Diao has been the no-show, 1 of 7 from the field. Jefferson. He hits. Richard Jefferson now with 10 points.
Good job by Vince Carter with the skip pass, making the help defense pay by finding Richard Jefferson all by himself.
Diao to Stoudemire, powering, bank shot, no. Follow goes down, and that's the strength of Amare Stoudemire.
And last year he could not make that second effort. Put the ball on the hoop, went up, exploded, offensive rebound, knocked it in.
Carter on a repost. Kidd, they fake on the double. Kidd swings it for Kristich. Jump shot goes down. Nenad Kristich has been searching for that range tonight. He's got 6 points. And a trip called. Technical. Lawrence Frank reacting. So the foul on Kristich. The tee on Lawrence. So free throw coming for Steve Nash, and then a side out. Doesn't get the roll. Normally a high percentage shooter.
Lawrence Frank saying, you go all out for me, you go all out for me, fellas, I'm going to go all out for you. That's a foul. Give my guys a break. We're working hard tonight, Mr. Referee. Enough is enough.
4th personal on Nenad Kristich. He is forced to the bench. Nets will go small here with Wright. A zone look on defense. Bell, double team on Stoudemire, 9 to shoot. Nash with a ball fake. Penetration, Nash. Wild attempt, rebounded by Kidd. That's his 9th board. Intercepted, Wright gives it away to Marion.
And if you're Antoine Wright and the ball is delivered to you, you have to look to be aggressive. That time turned down an open shot. Steve Nash with an almost turnover, gets the ball back and knocks down another dagger.
Collins with another block shot, but Nash sticking with the play gives Phoenix a 2-point lead. Kidd, by the way, is 1 rebound and 1 assist shy of a triple-double. Knock away and another turnover. Look at the numbers here developing. Bell down the floor for the layup. And the Nets will call a 20-second timeout.
And a lot of times a young player can lose his confidence. And right now, Antoine Wright is trying to find himself. 2 straight turnovers. You have to trust your abilities. And right now, that's the reason why Lawrence Frank gets a timeout, reminding him and trying to instill confidence in his young player.
For the Phoenix Suns, one of 7 NBA teams that he has spent time with.
And here's what you have to do. You have to continue to talk to Antoine Wright. You don't want to lose a young basketball player, but at the same time, you have to get in a proven guy that's not going to get rattled.
Kidd, Diao gets the rejection. Jefferson on a slammer.
Explosive to the basket and another paint touch for the Nets.
8 points in the quarter for RJ. He's got 12 overall. Nets within 2. Barbosa swings it. Diao to Marion. goaltending on Collins.
So you can't just play one-on-one defense or even two-on-two defense where you're trying to play the pick and roll. It's about the other guys involved. You have to help and look to put a body on the cutter.
The Nets at 7-10. They were 8-9 at this point a year ago. Eddie House driving and draws the foul against Leandro Barbosa. House will shoot a pair. First personal on the Brazilian.
That's just a veteran basketball player, Eddie House, catching the ball and using Barbosa's speed against him. Understanding he was going to pressure him, put the body contact on him, cause the contact. Now he's going to the line.
Eddie House, his best showing so far in a net uniform. The all-time leading scorer at Arizona State.
And you look and you say, well, is Eddie House a little fired up because he's playing against his former team? I don't think that's it. This is the first time in a long time as the backdoor cut by Barbosa. Another easy basket for the Suns, but this is the first time in a long time that Eddie House seems to have his wheels underneath.
Phoenix can make you look bad defensively. Collins denied, follows, goes down, and a foul. Jason Collins going to the free throw line.
Lawrence Frank talks about it all the time. Multiple effort on both ends of the floor. Collins gets the first shot attempt blocked, continues, sticks with it, and then finishes it with the opposite hand with the foul. And then excited about it. About time, he says.
And Collins unable to complete the three-point play. His first points of the night. He does have 7 rebounds. Nets are down by 2, 4:34 left. Third quarter, it's 80-78. Bell steps into the jumper, and that's a good-looking stroke from Raja Bell.
Just a simple down screen, comes off, catches it, easy offense, and a good look.
He plays hard. They rewarded him with a 5-year, $24 million contract as a free agent. And a trip. And again, Eddie House making something happen on his way to the rim. And it will be Barbosa picking up number 3. So 3 quick fouls now on Leandro Barbosa. Mikey Moore in, Jason Collins will sit down.
And Eddie House is a guy that can score in bunches. So you put pressure on him, he has the ability to put the ball down and cause contact. If you back up, he will knock down the jump.
And this is what Rod Thorne and Ed Stefanski envisioned when they signed Eddie House. 11 points now. Make it 12 for House. He's 3 of 5 from the field. 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
And it's easy to envision a guy doing it in your uniform when he has a history of doing it in other uniforms. It's to be expected that this is the Eddie House that will show up.
Diao strokes it from inside the arc. He spent 5 years in the French League before coming to the NBA. And became a star last season after that deal with the Atlanta Hawks in the sign and trade for Joe Johnson. Mikey Moore looking to create some space. And Diao used the knee. That's number 2 on the Frenchman.
Here's the thing, because of the intensity, because of the force that they're playing, take a look at the right knee from Diao, the obvious foul, but because of that, they're in the bonus. Now, cheap fouls, they're going to the line with the opportunity to get free points.
Mikey Moore at the free throw line. How about the play of Mikey Moore, who came in as an extra big man as he was acquired for a second-round draft pick from Seattle. And because of the Cliff Robinson injury, Moore has gotten an opportunity, and his energy is infectious. There's Robinson. Cliff has made some statements recently saying that he thinks he'll be back sooner than the initial timetable, which was 6 to 8 weeks.
He expects to be back by the end of this month. Says he's feeling better and better. Hopefully he is back. But getting back to Mikey Moore. Here's a guy with or without Cliff Robinson. He's earned the right to play. The type of energy and passion that he plays with on the floor. He's a guy that does not make mistakes, defends, finishes at the rim. He has earned a spot in this rotation.
Nets bench has outscored their Phoenix counterparts 29-14, but Sean Marion keeps the pressure on with a floater. 86-82. We might see 100 through 3 quarters of play.
You think there's a chance?
I think there's a chance. Here's Moore. flop or no? Yes, it is a French flop for Boris Diaw.
A successful one at that. But I don't understand posting up Mikey Moore. Boris Diaw is a good defender. He plays the center position. He flops, certainly, but that's not a high percentage play. That's not what you brought Mikey Moore here for. He's a high energy guy, set screens, offensive board, bangs them. Other than that, he's not a guy that you would throw the ball to on the block and look to make a play.
86-82, Marion against Wright, who's back in there. Suns spread the floor. Nash wants to operate. Switch. Carter defending him. Nash fending off. Nice fake. Doesn't get the roll. Knocked outside, but the Suns control it with under 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. High screen. Thomas. Nash the drive. Moore there defensively. And the Nets are running. Kidd the dish. In trouble. Carter finds Moore, who puts it in.
That's what you do with Mikey Moore. Tell him to run coast to coast, put his head underneath the rim, and we will find you. That time, Carter to Moore, finishing underneath.
Leandro Barbosa. Boy, he knows how to score. 11 points in 19